Have you gotten a job in the UK and you'll be expecting your COS from your employer, but it's not forthcoming? According to your employer, the Home Office has not yet approved it. Or you have even gotten a job and no one is saying anything about certificate of sponsorship. Getting the certificate of sponsorship is becoming difficult because come spring 2024, skilled workers on health and care worker visa route will not be able to come into the UK with their dependents. This has put pressure on international students who are currently studying in the UK with their family to get certificate of sponsorship to enable them switch from their current class of visa to a skilled worker visa before spring 2024. People are coming up with different questions. Some are saying their employers is not saying anything about certificate of sponsorship, while some are asking, is it still possible to get certificate of sponsorship? Some who have gotten job with the intent of getting certificate of sponsorship after they've worked with the set employer for a particular period of time, they'll issue them certificate of sponsorship. They've not heard anything from them. So what is going on about certificate of sponsorship? Why the delay in issuing out certificate of sponsorship to employee by employer? Why is Home Office not issuing out certificate of sponsorship? Have they stopped issuance of certificate of sponsorship? What is the issue and what is going on? This and many more I'll be sharing with you in this video. So you need to stick with me to the end of this video to get the reason why Home Office is not issuing out certificate of sponsorship at the moment, and it's taking longer time for those who have gotten certificate of sponsorship from UK Home Office. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you all know, my name is Victor. In this channel, I give latest updates on ways you can study abroad, ways you can migrate through skilled workers migration route, and ways you can settle in as a migrant coming to the UK for the very first time. So if this content looks exciting to you and you gain value for this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to join the amazing evergreen family. You can as well give a thumb up on this video so YouTube can recommend to a wider audience. So guys, without further ado, let's get started. Is it still possible to get COS in the UK? This is one of the most asked questions at the moment here in the UK. We're basically looking at the reason for delay in issuance of certificate of sponsorship. Most employers will tell you they are still waiting for the UK Home Office to approve the COS they applied for, while some employers are not even saying anything as regards certificate of sponsorship. Most especially those who employers have promised certificate of sponsorship after they've worked with them for a particular period of time. And when it gets to the time, either the employer is not saying anything or they keep telling them Home Office have not approved the certificate of sponsorship they applied for. So guys, it's no longer news that the UK Home Office is aware of some of the things that is currently going on in the UK. Some persons have even gone to the press to complain about employers not giving them shift after they've arrived in the UK, right? So the issue with certificate of sponsorship, most especially within the health and care sector, is something the Home Office is very much aware of, and they are trying to come up with some measures to see how they can curb abuse that is coming from health and care visa route. BBC sometime last year also put up a documentary about modern day slavery gangmaster exploit on how migrants coming to the UK with the intent of getting a skilled worker's job, right? On arriving in the UK, there's no job for them to do. This is breach of trust and breach of contract. So the UK Home Office is very much aware of all of this process. That is why the UK Home Office, in their wisdom, come up with a different measure to see how this can be curtailed. The reason for delay in issuance of certificate of sponsorship by employer is as a result of the requirement the UK Home Office is now demanding from employer before they can approve certificate of sponsorship that the employer applied through the Home Office for their employee. Before the advent of all of this exploitation, employer is at liberty to apply for a specific number of unspecified number of COS that it can issue to its employee at will. Unspecified number of COS means you doesn't need to put details of the employee you want to employ before you make application to the UK Home Office requesting for a specific number of COS that you can issue. But with the recent exploitation and other negative news coming from the health and care visa route, the UK Home Office is now demanding a contract document from a third-party organization showing the number of clients and the number of work hours that exist in that company that will be able to cover the hours or the job the persons they are sponsoring will come and do in that company. At the moment, the UK Home Office is now demanding from the employer to bring contract document proof of the available work that exists in that company that warrants the issuance of certificate of sponsorship to employee that will come and cover the specific number of job that exists in that company. Not only that, the employer needs to submit the detail of the employee they want to sponsor, right? So if you are sponsoring within the UK, you need to put the details of the employee you want to sponsor together with other requirements that UK Home Office is demanding from employers before they can approve certificate of sponsorship. So if employer do not have sufficient work placement, the UK Home Office will not approve the certificate of sponsorship, right? So with this current trend, the ability of your employer to be able to show proof of contract document showing the number of job placement with hours on it, that will determine how fast the UK Home Office will approve the certificate of sponsorship the employer is applying for his employee. Most employers are reluctant to bring all of this proof. That is why some of them are keeping mute, because one is either they don't have a good contract document to show the number of work that exists in that company to warrant the sponsoring of the skilled worker they want to sponsor, or they have some other stuff they cannot reveal. So most employers do not want to go through those rigorous scrutiny by the UK Home Office. That is why some of them are keeping mute. They are not saying anything about certificate of sponsorship. And if you fall within such an organization, I will advise you start looking for alternative, right? And for those whose employers have told them they are still waiting for UK Home Office to approve the COS they applied for, you need to be patient with your employer. Indeed, it's really taking time for UK Home Office to approve certificate of sponsorship that were applied through them by employer. So you need to be patient with your employer. And for those whose employers is not saying anything, guys, I would advise you look for alternative. Some employers don't want to go through those rigorous scrutiny. That is why they are not saying anything about it. The second reason why issuance of certificate of sponsorship is taking longer and some employers are not saying anything about it is for UK Home Office to be able to approve certificate of sponsorship for any employer. That employer must register under Care Quality Commission, that is CQC. So any employer or any company that is not registered under Care Quality Commission can no longer get approval for certificate of sponsorship from UK Home Office. So guys, if the company you are working with is not registered with Care Quality Commission CQC, UK Home Office will not approve certificate of sponsorship for such a company, because it has come to their knowledge also that some of these companies that are not registered with Care Quality Commission, they are the companies that are abusing the process of certificate of sponsorship by issuing out excessive certificates of sponsorship to migrants who are coming into the UK to work as a skilled worker, but on arriving in the UK, there will not be single job placement, a single hour for them to work in a week. So any company that is not registered with Care Quality Commission going forward will not be able to get approval for certificate of sponsorship from the UK Home Office. So you need to look out for this. This is very important. If you are working with a company, a care company that is not registered with Care Quality Commission, you need to look for alternative, because that company can no longer get approval for certificate of sponsorship from UK Home Office. But if you've already gotten certificate of sponsorship from such a company before now, the company can request for extension for your certificate of sponsorship, but they cannot get a fresh approval to sponsor skilled worker. But they can get approval for someone that they've already sponsored that needs to extend their sponsorship. There are about 14,000 care homes that are regulated by Care Quality Commission in the UK. So it's not all care companies that are registered by Care Quality Commission. So any company that is not registered with Care Quality Commission can no longer sponsor. Some agencies, domiciliary care and all that are not registered with Care Quality Commission, they can no longer get certificate of sponsorship to sponsor new employee, but they can renew existing sponsored employee that is currently working with them here in the UK. These are some of the reasons why it's taking longer time to get certificate of sponsorship. Those whose employers have promised them and they keep telling them Home Office have not gotten back to them. These are some of the reasons. Home Office want to be sure that the company is registered with Care Quality Commission. The Home Office want to be sure that the company has enough job placement for the employee to work when he arrives in the UK or when you move to the company to start working. The issue of abuse and people coming to the UK not getting work hours. Some have even gone to the press to report, to speak out about it, to ensure that once you get a job with a particular company that sponsor you, you are sure of getting your normal job work hours that is contained on your contractual agreement. Unlike when some persons will come into the UK with a specific contracted hour, but arriving in the UK, a single hour will not be given to them to work. So the UK Home Office is coming up with all of this scrutiny to see how they can checkmate abuse. If your employer has promised to issue you certificate of sponsorship and is telling you the process is being delayed as a result of the UK Home Office, you just need to be patient with them. The UK Home Office is really taking time to issue out certificate of sponsorship to ensure that employers who merit it get the sponsorship, unlike before when they issued unspecified number of COS to employer who will in turn issue to whoever they want to sponsor. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. If you gain value for this video, guys, don't forget to smash the subscribe button to join the amazing evergreen family. You can leave your thoughts, what you think about this video we just talked about. So guys, see you in my next video.